Replacing a crankshaft sensor in a 2012 GLC300 might be an easy task. We don't know yet. I searched YouTube, I couldn't find a video that shows this process. I'm about to do one. Let's use a video and share it with the viewers. Hopefully this will help somebody doing their task easily. Good day viewers, welcome back to Dallas Auto Diag. A customer of mine called me, a lot owner called me. He said he wants to replace a crankshaft sensor which has the part number A2709051300, brand new from Mercedes, in this 2012 GLC 300. I didn't do the diag on it. The car cranks, it has a long crank, about 3-4 seconds, and then starts and drives. So he drove it here to my shop, and he told me, hey, I need this sensor replaced. I gave him a quote, he agreed on it, he dropped the car here. Now, out of curiosity, I did scan the vehicle, and it had this where is it? P001685. This stored because the key was off, but when you crank it, it becomes active. The two active codes were P001685. It says the position of the intake camshaft cylinder bank 1 is implausible relative to the position of the crankshaft. There is a signal above the permissible limit value, and the other code is P06DA00. Select error codes, event menu, and engine control module, then read the fault memory. I think this code is related to the other code, so once we fix this will be gone. There's a check engine light on the vehicle. So again, today basically we're just replacing the sensor. This is our task. Of course, we're gonna start by putting the car on a lift, and there is a shield that we have to remove. I know this is not a diag video, this is part replacement video, but I figured to punch the code and share with you guys some information. Although it's not written in a proper way, I'll show you why. Here, you can pause and try to read this section. Okay, we're not doing this because we're not getting paid for a diag. Let me look up replacement for the crankshaft sensor process here. Okay, so this is the sensor. Sensor is number 4 shown in this picture. Number 3 is the nut, I assume 10 millimeter, not sure. But number 2 is a heat shield that we have to remove the nut. Number 1 is a nut, and then probably remove it out of the way to expose the sensor. So to remove those two covers, there is 8 screws 8 millimeter and 6 screws 8 millimeter. The 8 screws hold the front piece, 6 screws hold the back piece. The sensor should be located in a really fun place, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere here on this side, the passenger side. So it's kind of in between the two covers. Let's take it a step forward. Okay, so you have to remove this shield, which is located right here in this spot. Now there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is fun. This you can get to it easy. These two you can get to it easy, but this is the fun one. What I did, I used this little one because there's a tight spot and an extension like this length, and it was in the E12 hex. So yeah, that's fun. It's really fun to remove. Next, I think the sensor is behind this cover right here. Really fun spot. Let's see, I think there's one bolt that we have to release and push the cover away. Okay, going back to service information. This view is with the catalytic converter removed, and even that shaft removed, I think. I'm not sure about the shaft, maybe, but definitely the catalytic converter is removed. So I don't know how we're gonna get to that cover. We could try, maybe. No frame on the way. I was thinking to get to it from the side. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, look, when I looked up the time, it says 0.6. Look, crankshaft position sensor remove and replace 0.6 hours. Okay, imagine 0.6. Honestly, when I quoted this, I quoted it for 2 hours, but if I can't remove that cover without removing the catalytic converter, then that job needs to be recalculated correctly. Again, and the service information doesn't mention anything about removing the catalytic converter yet. Picture doesn't show any catalytic converter. Probably they have it like that because it's easier to draw. But here it says remove the shield, the one we just removed from the front axle transmission, and then unscrew nut 1. Remove heat shield 2. And nut 1 should be on the top. Let's see if we find it. Here's the other cover that we had to remove, and it was 13mm nut, and it would really help if you have this length ratchet and wrench. Now I think we have the sensor exposed. Barely, I can barely see it. There should be another. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel the harness, and there should be another 10mm or something, or maybe that same Torx. I think that's the same one. Let's try it out. Here's the nut that holds the sensor, and it is E8 Torx. Again, I use this ratchet, and now I want to show you the sensor. I want to show you the plug, so you know how to take it out. You see it? That white piece has to go down, and then you press on it and you pull it out. I wasn't able to disconnect it when it was there, so I figured to take the bolt first, so I can pull it out and take a look at it. All right, here's the old sensor, here's the new sensor. Let's put the new sensor in and put everything back the way it came out, but on a reverse order. That's gonna be a good workout for your fingers. Everything is back in, and let's bring the car down. Okay, I just put the key on, and let's scan the vehicle, delete all codes, and try to crank it for the first time after replacing the sensor. By the way, I think I said 2012. It's not 2012. It's a 2017. So I was way off, a generation off. I'm not a Mercedes guy. I'm not a rich guy to know the body style of a Mercedes. I don't do much of these vehicles to memorize each one. Same situation. Let's quick erase everything. pass no fault, that doesn't mean anything. We're gonna have to crank it. There might be a learning procedure. Let's go key off and okay, right away. That's what I like to hear. Before it would take 4 to 5 seconds probably until it starts, but let's try one more time. That's what it used to do before, and now it's back doing it. Let's scan the car one more time. Position of intake camshaft is implausible related to the position of crankshaft. Same code back, but it's stored this time. Let's try one more time. Yeah, it's back, unfortunately. Well, at this point I did my job. My job was to replace the crankshaft sensor, and I did. A couple of notes. You guys saw how the service information says 0.6 hours. It's definitely not. It's close to 2 hours. That this is not following any video or anything, and even service information, it's vague. Show a picture without a catalytic converter, but it doesn't mention anything about removing the catalytic converter. I know we did the job without removing the catalytic converter, but some bolts were tough to get to. Definitely need some different extensions and different sockets. You're gonna need strong fingers to do the job, but I hope this video helps somebody to change their sensor quicker. I hope that you benefited a couple of notes from it. Unfortunately, the sensor didn't fix the issue with this vehicle, and the check engine light is back on. So that's gonna be on the customer, whatever they want to decide. Let's try one more time. Yeah, I know he's gonna probably ask me to diagnose it for him. If he does, I will do a video, a follow-up video. If not, then thank you guys for watching. Let's just see which code and if the code became active. Yeah, active and stored. Yeah, that's the same thing that I when I first scan it, my pre-scan was active and stored. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around, and if you're not a subscriber, if you're interested in stuff like this, please subscribe, hit that little notification to be notified about videos like this. I'll do my best to share my mistakes so you avoid them when you're doing the job. Have a good day. So I'm using the Autel, and there is a procedure that can't be done related to cam crank correlation, special function, teach-in process, component teach-in, and teach-in of positions for camshafts. And our coolant temperature sensor has to be between 140 and 194 per night. So I'm gonna pause and come back when that happens. Okay, it's ready. Turn to green because it passed 140. Here are the conditions. Vehicle has to be standstill, coolant temperature between 60 and 90 Celsius, 140 and 194. No fault codes may be stored in CP37 motor. We do have fault codes, but let's continue and see if that's gonna pass or fail. Teaching part should only be performed in the following cases. VP311 intake camshaft solenoid was replaced. VP312 exhaust camshaft solenoid was replaced. The camshafts were removed / installed. Repair were performed to the timing chain. Well, I did call the owner and ask him for more information before I start any diag on it. He did mention that he bought the vehicle from the auction. The vehicle had no accident history and has a clean title, and it was bought like that with a check engine light. So everything is possible. Let's do continue. What happened? Continue. F1 start the, okay, my bad. F1. By the way, I do feel a little misfire, a little miss here and there. It's not a dead miss, but it comes and goes. Although we don't have a misfire codes, but I feel it. The car is not stable. A timeout has occurred. My teaching process was aborted. Okay, that's something to take a note of. But it's worth trying, and definitely if you have any of these components replaced or repaired, this process is a must. It doesn't mention the crankshaft sensor, but I think, yeah, it doesn't mention it. Anyways, I'm gonna repeat the process of camera to keep it short, and if it's succeeded, I will note to you guys. If not, then I won't mention it. So after that failed attempt to repair or self-diag by the vehicle owner, after it failed to fix the problem, I did a little research and I found some interesting information I'm about to share with you guys. In brief, this is a 4-cylinder dual overhead cam engine used in almost every 4-cylinder starting from 2012 up to date. It's a long list. I'm going to share it with you guys in a minute, and it's also used in Infiniti Q50, Q60, Q70, and a Nissan Skyline. I have the year range. It's a 274 engine, and the problem is so common. It's internal. It's to the camshaft. Now, thank you, Brian Franta, for sharing this information and attaching 4 PDFs, which I am going to attach to, I'm going to include the links to download to the video. Now, he says put the engine at top dead center and remove both camshaft position sensors. Check camshaft timing as shown. Let me just mute this. Check camshaft timing as shown in the attached related document. This is number 1, so you're going to remove the 2 camshaft sensors and check timing. Check the position of this here, the segment disc. You're going to check the position of openings here according to this. This should be a known good, and we have some others right here. This is the description. The disc position of the camshaft is checked by the visual inspection over the hall sensor openings on cylinder head cover 3. To check the exhaust camshaft adjustment, the edge 1A of the partial segment of the segment disc 1 must be visible in the middle, in the Hall sensor opening picture. So this is 1A right here, and this is how it should be. And it goes further to explain the intake camshaft, what it should be. And again, I'm going to attach those documents in the description. You guys can download them, and there's special tooling that needed. Now he proceeds to say, number 2, if camshaft shows it's out of time, remove the head cover and inspect for pulse wheel to have moved. Note the attached photos of the faulty camshaft that are pulse wheel moved. Number 3, replace camshaft if issue matches photos. Number 4, if pulse wheel is not the issue, then suspect the engine to be out of time due to jumped chain or failed VVT gear. And this is the second document. This is a special tool to hold the 2 camshafts when doing the timing. And these are some known good and known bad ones with markings on them. So this is engine, a 274 engine with exhaust wheel in the wrong position. We got another wrong position, and we got another wrong position if you want to compare, and this is in the correct position. All right, and there's one more document, same thing, wrong position and correct position, which I think this is a repetition picture from the previous document. Now I did a lot of research, and as I said, this engine is used in many vehicles. This is the list. You guys can pause and read. I am going to interpret those to I don't think I'm gonna do model number, but at least I'm gonna do a class. And you can search if your vehicle within the year and the class, then you can at least consider this issue before doing any timing chain. What else I wanted to share? Oh, so the owner refused to spend any further diag. The reason why, because this car was going to be shipped to Africa, and he said, I don't care right now, as long as it runs and drive. They can always load it to the ship and drive it out, and there the labor is cheaper than here. That's why he wanted to do it here, which I understand, but hopefully I didn't forget anything to mention, and hopefully this video helped you. Although I didn't show exactly what I was doing, I only show what I did after the fact. The reason why there was no space for me to put the camera, to put my phone over there and do it while I'm doing it, it was impossible. It was so tense, so tight. But at least now you know, if I did it the way it was without removing the shaft or the catalytic converter, then you should be able to do it. I know it's going to be tricky. I know it's not straightforward, but believe me, I did it without removing them, so you should be able to change that sensor. Although it wasn't the fix, but hey, that's their call. They did the diag. My job was to replace that sensor. Thank you guys so much again for sticking around. Subscribe if you're not, and stay tuned for the next one. Have a good day.